All right, guys. So, how are we doing? How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Yeah,
Doing fine.
yeah. Leo,
I'm fabulous.
that's good to hear.
Exhausted, exhausted, but fabulous.
Glad to hear it. Um, what do you guys know about the Horus Heresy?
It
I'm.
happened. There was someone named Horus. He committed a heresy.
Hmm. Very
Yeah,
great start, Leo. What about you,
that's
Zen?
kind of about the extent. I know that Horus was one of the Primarchs of the God Emperor,
Mm-hmm.
and he essentially had kind of a little bit of a falling out, or like a spat. He raised his own armies to take against his dad,
Yeah.
and something happened in that exchange where to defeat him, he gave, or the God Emperor gave almost all he could, and pretty much died. But because he's on the Golden Throne, he's living still. Pretty much brain dead though.
Pretty close. There are a few
And
things
doesn't
in
that
there
doesn't he
that's
have to consume? Doesn't he have to consume psychers to slowly regain his power and cognition?
yeah. It's 1,000 souls every day to continue to exist.
To continue to exist, not to gain ground, but to stop
Nope.
from losing ground.
Yeah. And he's probably been losing ground the whole time anyway. It's just sort of slowed down his death for the last 10,000 years. Yeah. Um,
Wow.
but we're going to start our little timeline here in the year 20,000 AD. Right?
All right.
This
Okay.
was a time. This was a time called the Golden Age of Humanity. Humanity. I need a Y. Golden Age of Humanity. Handwriting's great. Don't ask stupid questions. So this is called the Golden Age of Humanity. All we really know about this time is that everything was awesome. Uh, we basically were living in Star Trek. Post scarcity, everything's super great, no problems whatsoever. You okay there?
Yeah. Sorry, just sneezing.
Um, and around and for about 5,000 years, uh, humans were chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Right.
Um, shooting some b-ball outside the school even. And then a couple of guys who were called the Men of Iron. That's our key phrase. Men of Iron. The Men of Iron, and this will be on the test, so you better be keeping notes.
All
Um,
right.
Men of Iron said, "Fuck you, Dad," because they were a bunch of AI created by humans, and they decided to rebel against humanity and make
Yeah.
everything bad. This is about in the year
Oop.
25,000 or 24,000, I should say. Um, and that was pretty bad, for after this awesome time where everything was great for everybody all the time, and then this huge fuck off war happens.
I
Right.
love fuck off wars.
Yeah, they're great. Called the just the Men of Iron, or the War of the Men of Iron.
Oh,
Um,
that one. The reason why constructs are despised by everyone all the
yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. The Abominable Intelligence. Yeah. Um, that's
Just out of
that.
curiosity, was this one AI that went rogue, or was
No,
and took over a
no,
bunch
it's
of
like
other?
a
No,
bunch
this
of
was this
iron.
was
Yeah, it's a bunch of AI.
this was a bunch of AI that individually went rogue and decided to, hey, let's
Yeah,
fuck shit up.
yeah. They were like, "Fuck you, Dad." That that will be a running theme.
Fuck you, Dad.
Yeah, fuck you, Dad. Um, a lot of kids say that to their parents. Fun fact for you. Um, so the Men of Iron, they say "fuck you, Dad." They start a huge war. Big war. Big war. Um, and I'm gonna make sure everything's recording real fast. Yes. Okay. Good.
Always
Just-
gotta worry about it.
Just something to check real fast. So big war happens, and that was pretty bad. But then, in the year 25,000, or roughly the year 25,000, something called the Age of Strife occurs. Okay? And basically what this was is a bunch of people, or a bunch of aliens called the Eldar, were having a little too much fun. They were being a little silly. And they were being so silly that they birthed a god from how silly they were being.
Alright.
And the birth of that god was called Slanesh. Yeah, they were being real silly and birthed Slanesh, the god of excess. So if you want to worship a god and have a real good time, Slanesh is your guy / gal / being / eldritch abomination.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we have sort of a bit of a timeline. At the same time as Slanesh being born, humans get a bunch of humans get the ability to use their minds to do horrifying things. These people are called psychers.
They're worthless now.
We're getting to that. We're getting to that, Zan. So yeah, these psychers and their horrifying mind powers. Horrifying mind powers.
I think there's just a text tool somewhere.
Yeah, there is, but I want to play with my pen.
Fair enough.
Thank you for understanding. Yeah, so the psychers and their horrifying mind powers.
I love me some horrifying mind powers.
Yeah, they're great. There's one big advantage to having them, aside from bursting lightning out of your crotch and then making people's heads explode, of course. Is you can now, as a race, humans can use something called the warp. Yeah.
And this is basically FTL, but more terrifying and eldritch and worse.
Yes. And when you say terrifying, eldritch, and worse, I like to say hell.
Yeah.
Instead of taking 7 years to go from here to like the nearest star, let's just take a shortcut through hell and do it in a week. You know, real fast.
Yeah. Casual shit for the 40.
Yeah, for the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. But we're not there yet. We're at the 25th or 26th millennium right now. Right? But as part of the Age of Strife, so we humans only had this technology for about 500 years. Slanesh is born. Now we can't use the warp anymore. No warp. Because Slanesh,
the warp is now even more chaos than before.
Yeah. That Slanesh, that bitch made a warp storm called the Eye of Terror.
A great big fuck off singularity.
Yeah, big old singularity right in the middle of the galaxy. And now, nobody can go anywhere at all. And as a result, everything's bad for everyone all of a sudden. A bunch of planets starve to death. A bunch of other planets devolve into like feudal societies, as in like knights and nobles and armor and stuff.
That's what happens when you don't have on planet agriculture and shit.
Yeah.
Things break down and then you're fucked.
One of the worst planets that was hit by this was Terra, Earth.
Oh no.
Yeah. Over the last about 24,000 years, for some reason, all of the water is just sort of disapproved. It's just gone. There's no water on Earth anymore. Don't know why. Don't know how.
They
But
all
yeah.
drink it.
Perhaps.
Perfectly normal.
Yeah, we drank it all. We drank all the water here on Earth.
Perfectly normal occurrence.
Yep. See, Zan gets it. Perfectly normal. And the tens of trillions of people on Earth who were living there died. Everybody else devolved into a state of, quote, techno-barbarianism is what they call themselves. Techno-barbarians. And around this time, this really cool guy emerges. He's been around the whole time for the last 30,000 years, but this is the first time that he's sort of stepped on stage. His name is the God Emperor of Man. We'll just call him
That's not
God.
his name. That's his title. He's not a god. He's the God Emperor, but he's not a god.
Oh no, he's just a Reddit atheist. That's kind of a joke, but it's true. Like,
Yeah.
what was that, Vincent?
Does that imply that Reddit still exists in the future?
Probably, or at least that he spent way too much time on Reddit nowadays, and he sort of kept that attitude. But he comes into the scene. He sees Terra for the shithole that it is, and says, "All right, I need to fix this. How am I going to fix this? Well, by starting a giant war on Terra. This is called the War of War of Reunification. The War of Reunification. And what this was is God made a bunch of genetically engineered super soldiers called Thunder Warriors. God made a bunch of Thunder Warriors and said, "All right, my boys, kill everything." And they rampaged all across the Earth and killed everything. There were no techno-barbarians left. Only a few civilians who knelt to the God Emperor's knees, or like at his knees. You know, they're like, "Yeah, you're pretty cool, God." And then God said, "No, I'm not a god. Fuck you." And then he smoked them.
Yeah. So essentially, just genocide. So he just genocided.
Yeah, he genocided everyone he didn't like. Yeah.
There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal.
God's not a very good person.
But he's not a god.
He's not a god either. He's a human. He's a person. Yes, he's definitely a normal human person that's 15 feet tall and has the most horrifying mind powers out of everyone.
Not just the most horrifying.
Actual gods.
He's
Not just
clearly
the
the
most
average
horrifying mind powers,
in a
but
high
also the most
school.
horrifying mind powers.
Yes. So God comes along, he reunifies Terra, or Earth, and then he goes to the moon and says, "Alright, I'm going to piss on the moon." And then he does, and everybody living on the moon is like, "Alright, that's pretty cool. We're like super ultra mega gene people. Do you wanna like let us help you make little baby versions of you?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that." So he
So
did.
the moon just had cloning equipment on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean and so they made 20 of them. 20 Primarchs. He made 20 Primarchs, and this is what they look like. Aren't they cool?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What luscious hair.
Yeah. Except for, this guy and this guy and
Except for the
this guy.
salamander.
Basically all the Chaos Worshippers. They don't have good hair.
I'm noticing a trend.
Yeah. I never said GW is very subtle with their
Storytelling.
I mean, for example, Target layers. Thank you so much. For example, this guy is just Jesus.
What?
His name, he's Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus is the bread. Yep. This guy
Oh, he's also the first.
is Satan. Oh shit! No, that's the lion. Damn it. Sorry. This guy's Jesus. This guy is somebody else. He's like Batman but cool. This is Batman but not cool.
I see.
This is God's favorite kid.
Oh, he's bald.
You're my favorite child.
His name is Horus.
Oh no.
No.
Shit. Where is it? Fuck. Alright. His name is Horus. Meet Horus, everybody.
Horus is a good boy.
Hi, Horace.
Hi, Horus.
Thank you. Hi, Horus. So, yeah, Horus is a good boy. He's a real good boy. He's the goodest boy, in fact. And he is the first found Primarch. Let me just write his name down here real fast. In red, yeah.
Yeah, you know, very
Horus.
good color.
Yeah, very relevant
color.
Yeah, Horus. He's God's favorite kid. Out of the 20 Primarchs, Horus is number 1. He was also the first found. He's the Primarch of the 11th Legion, the XI Legion, the Luna Wolves. And not only is Horus the goodest boy, but the Luna Wolves are also the goodest boys.
Of course, the puppers are good boys.
And when I say they're the goodest boys, I mean to say that they're the best at killing things. Out of all the Space Marines, they're the best. I'm too sober to keep doing this. All right. Here we go. It's better.
I'll drink to that.
So Horus here, he is named the War... Okay, you know what? I'm going to make a new layer. Auri's going to make a new layer.
On the fly.
Yeah, and then he's going to do this. So we can get a little bit more... we need a bigger. That's too big. Come on. Okay, 200 pixels, is that enough? That's not enough. I love Photoshop. That's better.
Vincent just using paint.net.
I'm using Photoshop because I can just quickly grab layers and not have to waste time.
Yeah.
But we'll go back down to 10 pixels and back to red. Red is a good color. All right, so we're back to Horus here, right?
Yep.
Horus, our good boy Horus.
The bestest boy.
The bestest boy. And he's such a good boy that he's actually named the War Master.
Oh, no.
After God here. Where's God? There's God. After God here is like, nah, I'm gonna leave. He's gonna so for like 300 years, right?
Right.
Horus and God have been fighting alongside each other, being like best friends, you know.
Yeah. Father-son bonding.
But yeah, father-son bonding, really. And so they're bonding together, along with, might I remind you, the 20 other kids, or the 19 other kids, you know. And, you know, Horus here is just the best at being... he's just the
being
best.
the best.
He's just the best at being the best.
Yeah.
You know? Followed immediately by Sanguinius for how cool he is.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Conrad Kurz. Nobody. The lion was first born, but he was not super interested in fighting, so he kind of just sort of chilled out.
Yeah, just dipped.
Yeah, he kind of dipped. Let's see. This guy. Okay. Ooh, let's get on the right layer here. This guy, Rabute Gillivan. He's a fucking nerd. And while we're at it, we'll just go down the line. You know, let's go down the line.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. A brick, but with a metal arm. Pretty boy. Petulant man-child. A preacher. He smells really bad. There's two of them, but they're actually one person who's split in whose soul got split in half when they were a baby, and then, but not really. And also, they're the greatest spy in the galaxy. And also, the two of them, but one of them, share all of their memories with each other.
This is a lie.
I'm very mad. Nerd. Wolf. Birds. I like to go fast, and I'm very, very nice, except to elf children, in which case I burn them alive.
Oh.
All right, so now that we have our little, have I done all of them? I think I did.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, Batman but worse, Batman but cool, Jesus.
Yep.
There we go. We've done all of them. Oh, and Best Boy.
Best boy.
Yeah, so we have those. We're going back to our little spot though. Horus and God. You know, God's leaving back to Terra. He's going back to Terra. Why is it not? There we go. Back to Terra. He's going back to Terra because for super secret reasons, and he can't tell his son because he just doesn't trust him. Don't ask questions.
I was going out to get the milk.
Yeah, he's going out to get milk. Yeah, he's doing that. Sure. He's leaving back to Terra. Won't tell his kids, and well, not a huge fan of this. He's like, Horace here is like, okay, Dad, I trust you. All right. And so he and the other 19 Primarchs, but actually 17, don't ask questions. And when I say don't ask questions, please ask all the questions. I need runtime.
Just why?
Okay, who died?
That's redacted.
That's redacted. The person who died is redacted. Redacted to all hell.
Yeah. So note that there are not 20 pictures on here, but 19. Or sorry, but 18, not 19. There is 19, but one of them is God, and he doesn't count.
Oh yeah, there's like 2 lost Primarchs.
Yeah. So 2 of them are just gone, and we don't know why.
Until GW decides they want to make more money.
Maybe. We're not sure. Yeah, but
We might one day find out, potentially, maybe, possibly.
yeah. We know the order in which they were found, in that the second Primarch to be found was one of them, and the 18th to be found was one of them. But that's really all we know. Yeah, so Horus is like, yo, that's cool. All right then. Me and my 17 brothers are gonna go out and keep fighting for God, and spreading the Imperium of mankind. Oh, that's a keyword that I forgot to put on here. The Imperium of mankind.
It's just the new order.
Yeah. Yeah. They're basically trying to establish a giant galactic empire of humanity and kill everything else that isn't human.
Yeah, perfectly normal things to do.
Or can't be subjugated by humanity.
Yeah.
Or
Perfectly
can't be
logical.
food. Space Nazis.
Space Nazis.
Yeah.
Space Nazis. And these are the good guys.
They are not the good guys. There are no good guys.
If these were the good guys, I'd be afraid of what the bad guys look like.
Oh, they're called the Dark Eldar. We don't talk about them.
I don't know. The Nids could work too.
Aren't those the older that got eaten?
No,
But are being puppeted.
No, so the Dark Eldar are a bunch of space elf pirates.
Oh,
Who live in a giant city called Kamara.
They're the local equivalent of Drow or Drow, or however you say that.
Yeah. They're just dark elves. Except these dark elves, instead of just killing you or enslaving you, will torture you for 50 years, and then when that stops working, they'll turn you into furniture. Living furniture.
Oh.
What a bizarre society.
Hey, you gotta appease Slaanesh somehow, alright?
Yes.
And their whole deal is feeding Slaanesh so that they don't get eaten.
Yeah.
See, I can respect that.
Okay.
I can respect not wanting to get eaten.
That is a very respectable thing. Alright, so we're going back. So during this time, we're going to pop God out of here. He's gone now. And Horus here, he gets a little bit of a get-up. You know, he gets hair, guys. He gets hair.
Wow.
That's so cool of him. You know, he's got hair now.
Damn.
And not only does he have hair, but there's a planet that he conquered. His track record is nearly perfect, right?
Of course. I mean,
he's only failed twice, and in that point, God swooped in to save the day, and that was before he left, right?
Right.
But now we're at a place called Davin. Davin 4. Specifically.
What if we just call that place Dave?
Okay, we can call it Dave. Sure, we'll call it Dave. His name is Dave. We're going to Planet Dave.
Oh yeah, man. Sounds like a really good time.
Yeah, we're going to Planet Dave. And on Planet Dave, Horus here conquered that planet about 100 years ago. And now they're rebelling for some reason.
Oh, come on, Dave. Not cool.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, Dave, bad on Dave, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, do
and
better.
Horus is super sad. He's really sad. I'm gonna do that better. He's really sad. Horus here is really sad because Dave, he entrusted Dave to one of his favorite governors, and now that governor has rebelled against him. How could he? Right. Truly awful.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine it.
Yeah. Well, you better, because it's about to happen again. Yeah. So Dave betrayed a Horus, and he's real mad. So he goes to Dave, and has this whole big old fight against the Dave people, the Dave men.
The Dave men.
But the Dave men are different from how he remembers. Dave men are different.
A little more chaotic.
You could say that. For example, when you kill them, they just get right back up.
Are these the fucking Necrons?
No, they aren't Necrons. They're humans, or at least they were once.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, it turns out they're zombies. So a bunch of zombies are living on Dave now, and Horace is not a fan. Not a fan one bit. And so he goes storming down to like the governor, the planetary governor inside this like derelict ship that the governor like crashed onto the planet's surface. Um, and he's like, "Hey, guy, what the hell? Why are there zombies everywhere? I didn't even know that zombies could happen. Like, God told me not. It told me that zombies and gods are fake, which is ironic because God said that gods aren't real, but whatever. Um, so God, he told me that that zombies aren't real. So what the hell is happening?" And then the governor said, and then stabbed him. He stabbed Horace with a magic sword
Oh no.
that will kill Horace, which is impressive
Oh
because
no.
Horace is like a demigod and it basically can't die. Um, you know, Horace is like, "Whoa, what the hell is this?" And so he kills the zombie man, and and then like shuffles out of the derelict ship that he's been on. And is like, "Hey, my soldiers, my army, I'm in great pain. Please help!" And then he like passes out, and he has the weirdest dream. For some reason, there's this freaky squid. This squid named Zinch, who appears to him in this dream and is like, "Yo, buddy, you ever heard of something called chaos, huh?"
Uh-oh.
And Horace is like, "No." And it is at this point, Horace's brother, Magnus, this guy, the nerd.
The red.
The nerd, he says, "Hey Horace, you shouldn't listen to this." Like he appears in this dream, and he says, "Hey Horace, you shouldn't listen to this guy. He's not exactly very trustworthy." At which point the Squid Man says, "No, trust me, kid. I can take you places. Your dad's gonna betray you and kill you all." And Magnus is like, "What? I mean, yes, but not yet." And then at that point, Horace is like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna betray Dad." So he went from "Okay, Dad" to
Fuck you,
"Fuck
Dad.
you, Dad."
All because some squid talked to him.
Yeah, because some squid named Zinch talked to him.
Really bad trip, man. That dagger was laced with some shit.
Yeah. During this time, Horace's kids, and somebody named Erebus. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you. His troops, his soldiers, are his children.
Ha! How adorable.
Adorable's a word. Yeah, so Horace says, "Fuck you, Dad."
Murdered babies.
And then Erebus was like, yes, I agree. Fuck you, Dad. And he commits a ritual to revive Horace. Basically, just undo the chaos, the like zombie spell that was on the sword, right?
Right.
At that point, Horace goes, "All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna betray Dad now, like super hard." And he does that by starting something called the Horus Heresy. Ain't that cool? It's called the Horus Heresy, and Horus is in it. Isn't that neat?
Wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant naming conventions.
Yeah.
Is it because Horus is committing heresy?
Yes, he's committing heresy.
Lots of heresy, I imagine.
A whole lot. In fact, 8 of his brothers join him in this heresy. We'll mark
All the
them
bald
in,
ones.
We'll mark them in green. Yes, lime green. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so we'll mark them in green for the gross ones who betrayed God, right?
Yeah.
Except I don't need to do that because it's literally all of these guys. I like this chart. It's very well made. But
I'm
we don't
sure
know
the
that
blue
yet.
and red.
Yeah, we don't know that yet. As far as we know, Horus, Fulgrim, and Angron have officially betrayed God.
But he's not God.
But he's not God. But he's God. But he's not God. Not yet. Not God. Yeah. Not God. So not God. But God.
But also not God.
But also not God.
Very specifically not God.
Yeah. Anyway, Horus, and those 9 other guys. Or sorry, those 2 other guys. Horus and the other one, Angron. Horus and Angron and Fulgrim. They split like a third of their legions of soldiers in half. So 1/3. They like take a third of their soldiers and kill them.
Kill him real good.
Yeah, they kill them because they think that they'll be loyal to God instead of Horus. And that's called the Istvaan V atrocity. That's the Istvaan V atrocity. Yeah, so like, 200,000 super soldiers just get annihilated. And at this point, we have a new character. We have a new character entering the scene. His name is Nathaniel Garrow. And he is a member of... Oh, shit, wait, yeah, no. Mortarian's in this, too. I forgot. So it's not just Horus, Fulgrim, and Angron, but it's also Mortarion. Where is my green? Give me my green. Give me green. Give me green. Mortarion's also in this little club of heresy and bad. For like among the first betrayed. I'm not sure if Lorgar was there. I'm gonna say yes, but I'm not. I don't remember. Anyway,
You're not 100%.
Not 100% on that, but yeah. So Lorgar, but where's Garrow? Where's Garrow? There's Garrow. Nathaniel Garrow. Give me my red back. Okay, Garrow. Nathaniel Garrow, who is one of Mortarion's kids. So the gross one's kids. So he's also pretty smelly, but in a good way.
There's a good way to be smelly?
Yeah, because he's at least loyal to God.
Mm.
But he's not God. But he's God.
Yeah. Anyway, he takes a ship called the Eisenstein out of the system, and goes on this whole adventure, in a book called The Flight of the Eisenstein. Check it out; it's really good. That's going to be my one book recommendation.
Flight of the Eisenstein.
Yeah, The Flight of the Eisenstein. It's really good. Anyway, he goes back to Terra, and where is he? He doesn't actually tell God because God won't talk to him, but he does tell Rogel Dorn here what's going down, and we'll mark the loyalists in red. Except I keep doing this. We'll mark the loyalists in red. So yeah, Rogel knows about this now, and he's really mad because he's like, "How dare you tell me that my brother betrayed Dad? How could you?" I thought we were friends. And then Garrow's like, I don't even know you, dude. What the hell? And so he gets imprisoned on the moon with all those gene people, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And that's kind of like where his storyline sort of stops for a little while. But this is how the Imperium learns about, like, the Horus Heresy, and like how bad things are right now. And so they send in a whole bunch of legions. In fact, they send in to stop this Horus Heresy. They send in Vulcan with the Salamanders, Corvus Corax with the Raven Guard, and where is he? Yes, Ferrus Manus with the Iron Hands. We should also note that Ferrus Manus and Fulgrim are best friends.
Best friends.
They're the bestest friends in the whole wide world.
Friends in that economy? Ooh, boy.
And now they're on differing sides of a war.
Oh no.
And Ferrus is real loyal to Emps, and Sanguinius. Not Sanguinius.
Sanguinius.
Sanguinius is Jesus. We're not talking about Sanguinius yet. Fulgrim. That's his name. Fulgrim. Fulgrim's like, no. You should join Horus, because otherwise God will kill you. And Ferrus is like, that's ironic, because you're going to chop my head off. And so Fulgrim chops Ferrus' head off in a battle called the Istvaan V Massacre. Dropsite Massacre. In which, these three loyalist legions are here. These three guys are here. They're like, yo, we're going to stop all of these bad guys. And then all these bad guys are like, nah, you're not going to stop us. Because Alfarius was there the whole time. That scheming bastard. So Alfarius was there the entire time without telling anybody. And he sort of snuck into like all the good guys, all these guys' lines, and started killing all of them. Yeah. And so Ferrus, he's dead now.
Poor Ferrus.
Nice to meet you. For the 4 seconds. That's all of the plot relevance that he has, is that he's dead now.
He just shows up for a second and dies.
Yeah, basically.
Jesus. Shafted.
Yeah, my boy Vulcan here, he's just gone. We'll scribble him out, because he's disappeared. Hi, who's joined us?
Will.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Will. We're talking about the Horus Heresy.
I know.
We're at the Istvaan V drop site massacre.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we're talking about, like, Ferrus is dead now. Sad. Vulcan has sort of disappeared. And Corvus Corax, along with what's left of the Iron Hands and the Salamanders, runs away like a little boy, like a scared little boy.
Because he is a scared little boy.
He's a crow. He's a crow.
And crows are, as a rule.
Crow. Yeah. Anyway.
And crows are, as a rule, scared little boys.
Yes, everybody knows this.
Common knowledge.
That's kind of all I had prepared, unfortunately. So that's up to the Drop Site Massacre, and that is 45 minutes in. I definitely have plenty of material.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Oh, you're